with us right now, I've got Master Frank Wunatai, and he is an 8th Dan and the chief instructor of the International Karate College. And I also have Miss Claudette Joseph, who's a 4th Dan and chief instructor of the Grenada Shotokan Karate Association. So welcome to Daybreak Grenada.
Thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Did I get the titles
Sure, you
correct?
You did very well.
Okay, all right, good. My limited knowledge of karate. I just know that I shouldn't mess with you guys.
No man, we see.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me, what is the meaning of karate?
Karate means empty hand.
Empty hand.
Yes, kara is empty and te, hand. Actually, it's pronounced te, but everybody says ti.
Okay,
so it means empty
karate.
hand.
Okay.
But it has a deeper meaning. The empty means emptiness. Empty yourself of all emotions. That way, you'll be able to see clearly.
Okay. All right. So it's not just about non-weapon.
It is also
combat.
that, no weapons, right?
Okay, but isn't there an element of karate that's with weapons?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That is like ancient weapons, like traditional weapons they used in the last 100 years or so.
Okay.
So,
all right. So, but
some styles do weapons.
Okay.
But we don't, because we're the traditional karate.
Okay.
And if we were to do weapons, we would use modern weapons, not nunchaku and sticks and stuff like that.
Right.
Makes more sense, right?
Yeah, right, makes sense. Okay, all right, so karate, empty hand, empty of emotion.
Yes.
Free yourself, I think. And why do karate? What is karate used for? What are the benefits of karate?
Karate has, there are 4 aspects to karate. The first one is the philosophy. It's found in the Dojo-kun of character development. And we believe that the youth of today would benefit a great deal. It would help to keep them off the street, drugs, and help them find direction in life. And also, with the discipline of karate, the physical and mental discipline, it would help to break the cycle of crime and violence in some countries. Secondly, karate is a means to physical education and fitness. And as a matter of fact, it is part of the CXC program in schools now. Okay. And we're pursuing this at the moment. And then it's a means of self-defense where you gain confidence. You won't be afraid of going out your house. And finally, it's a sport where you can participate as though you're doing a real situation. So those 4 aspects are the benefits.
All right. Okay. Excellent. I'm impressed to hear that it's a CXC subject now. Mm-hmm. So
I believe it's been so for maybe over 5 years now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
At least since 2005.
Okay.
Has been on the CXC
that
syllabus.
would make this 7 years.
Yeah, it's one of the sports under the physical education program.
Okay.
It's one of the sports that students can select, because I think they have to select about 2 or 3 sports when they're taking physical education at the CXC level.
Right.
And karate is one
of the options.
Yes. One of the things Mr. Wunatai didn't mention to you is that he's the gentleman that the Caribbean Examinations Council has retained to write the textbook for karate.
Okay.
So you're looking at a man here with a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine. It must take a lot to be at that level.
Yes.
A lot of years of training and experience.
Well, for me, it's been like 48 years.
48?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Of training.
All right. It's kept you looking young as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. Has anybody from Grenada done karate for CXC yet?
No, not yet. We are starting.
Right.
We have engaged at least 5 schools already. When the subject was just put on the syllabus, we did start with the St. Joseph's Convent, and we had a very vibrant club going there, and a few of the girls there were going to do karate at the CXC level. But then unfortunately, Hurricane Ivan struck, and the space that we used in the school for training became unavailable. They had to use every extra space that they had for classrooms. So it became unavailable. And then it sort of fell off. But now we are reviving, because we are, I must say, the only karate organization in Grenada that teaches in such a way that would satisfy the CXC requirements. So we have engaged 5 schools very recently, and hopefully we would start in the new school year to teach karate, teach the syllabus.
All right,
karate.
so in a not too distant future, in the next few years, hopefully we should have students in Grenada actually doing karate. As
remember, it's physical education. That's a CXC subject.
Right.
Karate is one of the disciplines you can study under that.
Okay. That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, very.
I know, okay, so Mr. Wunatai, you're an 8th Dan. Shows if you're a 4th Dan. I am aware that that's some sort of ranking. What are the different rankings in karate?
They have a 10 levels of Q ranking. Those are below black belt. And 10 levels of the black belt or Dan ranking or degree.
Okay.
It takes roughly about 3 months to pass each one. 10 is the lowest, and counting down, 1 is the highest. So it starts from white, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, and 3 browns, and then all the black belts. Now the black belts have requirements in terms of age restrictions. You have to be a certain age to have a black belt.
Okay, okay. And then, you know...
Let me just, before you ask the next question, let me just make an addition there. Sensei Wunatai mentioned takes about 3 months to get to each level. That is in respect to the colored belts. Once you get to black belt, the space in between attaining the rank above gets wider. And as you go higher, it gets wider.
All right.
So that it takes a while to get to 8th Dan.
To 8th Dan.
48 years.
Yeah.
But you said that the 10th is the absolute highest.
Yes,
that's the Grand Master.
Yes, that's reserved for the head of an international organization.
Right. Okay. All right. So so once you're a Dan, that means you're a black belt of some degree.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any dangers with karate?
No, none at all.
Just to the others who...
Well, it's for peace, you know.
Yeah.
There are no dangers.
Okay. And how old can you start? I mean, I'm guessing you started at an extremely young age.
Well, I started at 14, but today, you know, children start at 4 or 6.
Okay, and that's normal. That's for 4 or 6. If somebody wanted to get their child in younger, is it ill-advised? Is it better to wait until...
Well, it depends on which country you're in, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We tend to start them in Grenada at 6. We tend to start... in my experience, I've been running the association here since inception, 1995. And from my experience, I find anything before age 6, the concentration span is very narrow.
Right.
And I think they grasp better, they focus better from about age 6. And interestingly, I find there's a big difference between age 5 and 6 in terms of how settled and focused and how much attention the child can pay. So we tend to start them at age 6. In the rare occasions, we make exception because you may find a fairly mature 5-year-old.
Right.
You know? Okay. And that way they stay interested for a long time. We have quite a few of the students who are training. They're now teenage, you know, and they would have started 6, 7. Raquel, who you would see doing the demonstration, she started at about age 9, and she's now in her early 20s. I don't think she wants me to say her actual age on TV. You know, so I find when they start them at the right age, they tend to stay on in karate for a longer period because one of the goals of karate is to train for life, because it's always about perfecting your character, becoming a better person, and karate is training for life. It's a way of life. Okay. So we try to start them at the right age that would cause them to remain in karate for as long as possible.
Okay. All right. Now, well, you mentioned that you have a couple people here doing a demonstration. So I'm anxious to see those demonstrations from these guys.
Okay.
So we're going to go to a quick break now.
Sure.
And a little bit later on, we'll come back and see
Chat
what
some
these
more.
guys are made of.
Okay.
I
All right.
volunteered Aaron at the start of the show to be a test dummy.
Oh dear.
And he agreed. He was really excited about it. You can ask him yourself. So if you want somebody to beat up on, Aaron can take it.
Karate is not about beating up. Karate is
Just
about
for
peace.
a target. Yeah, you know, you don't have to hurt him too badly, but
Target
just
practice.
a target practice.
Target.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
know. I want to see how accurate
I guess you
their
nominated him
moves
because
are.
he's a tough guy, right?
And I thought it might be some youngsters. I'm tall, you know, it might be difficult.
Okay.
It's an easier target.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Poor Aaron.
Poor Aaron. I know, I'm beating up. He's not here, so I can say what I want about him, right?
All right.